So as we already know, the limitation of array adapter, it only takes an array as an input value. So we end up adding only the item name alone in this app. I want to add a item quantity also to be displayed in the list view. First thing, I need to change the data set. So now I am going to change the data set. Instead of string, it is going to be hash map. The key and the value both are going to be string, so no issues. So this is the data set. Remember the previous one was just a string, but this one, this is the array list of hash map. This hash map is going to contain a string key. The key is going to be a string. The value is also going to be a string. So, but if it is integer, we'll think about it later. But it could be anything. So I'm going to create a kind of array list where each instance of the array list is going to be a combination of item name and the item count. That's all I'm trying to create. I may need some constants. The access modifier private, which tells I'm pretty concerned about the visibility of my object. Only when needed I will make it public, or only when needed I will make it protected. Till that time it is going to be private. Okay, so here, anyway, it's going to be a constant static finance. Item. Okay, for your understanding, key. I create two keys because the hash map data which I am trying to create is going to have both the keys and associated as a one single data. I would need to change the adapter type, so I'll comment everything here. This I cannot do. First create a hash map object. Say item. Just an empty hash map object. Put item name key is item name get text to string. Item put item quantity key, item quantity get text to string. Now I have my hash map data which is initialized. Now it contains name and quantity denoted as a single object item. That I am going to add to the array list. So this array list will be having the array list of hash map data. Every time when the user enters a new name, click submit or maybe add button. One hash map object will be created. That hash map object will be added to your array list. Okay, beyond to this point, we have to make sure both are not empty. else we may put a toast. I recommend the toast would be widely used, so we'll create some static method somewhere out. We will reuse it whenever needed instead of every time creating a toast again and again. Okay, now it is added. Now I need a new adapter. This adapter cannot be refreshed, so I'm going to add it here itself. So simple adapter. Okay, we are not done yet. We need a design. We just change the data set. We have to create a design, but previously the design was available through a template android.r.layout.simple list item. But this time I'm going to create my own layout which I'm going to inflate. So let me go back, click on layout, new XML, layout XML file, item, say box. Left right alignment will be there for relative layout, so I made it as a relative layout. I'm creating this one to only hold the list view items. So not necessary to be match parent, wrap the content, let it be small. Anything going wrong here? Any spelling mistake? Relative. It looks fine. Text view. Wrap content. Wrap content. Just prefixing. I just don't want to have a same text ID is taken. Set to true. The left. So in the extreme left, there is going to be item name and the quantity is going to come. It's not looking pretty good. Let me add some sort of padding. Okay, much better, but still not good. Let's increase the font, text size, SP, style. We'll add it, make it as a bold. Became so bigger. Okay, So quantity is going to be here, the item name is going to come here. We have probably we'll increase the padding into 20. So this is the individual text view which is going to be repeated inside the list view. This particular placeholder will be replaced by the item name, and the quantity whatever you enter will be replaced by your hash map, array list of hash map. So we just created a simple design. Don't think about this action bar. This is just a preview. It will only take this particular view alone. It won't take others. So because it is only for your theme which has got added. So now I have a design ready. Time to integrate them. First argument being the context. Second one hash map data because it is extends map something is saying items. Third item being your resource which is going to be inflated. It is right now available r.layout.item box and to and fro. From and to. Last two arguments it is expecting array of string and another one array of integer. What are all they? Array of string, nothing but I'm going to add a new string string array. You know the square box tells it's the string. It is going to contain the keys. So item name key and item quantity key. The corresponding key you want to match with the view should be also into an array. Wherever you want to match r.id.item name list and r.id.item quantity list. If you pay attention to this line, let me break into several lines. Simple adapter, I already told you as an adapter it can combine the data set and the design layout. This simple adapter first argument being a context, fine. Second one which is the data which you are going to inflate. Yes, this is the data. It is actually this point is an array list of hash map. Okay, which design you want to add? We just created a design, that design r.layout item box. These last two are quite significant. This is where the mapping is going to happen. In this layout, it will find an ID called item name list. That ID will be mapped with this. Wherever this item name list ID is coming, item name will appear. Wherever the item quantity list ID is found, there the item quantity key, the value, corresponding value will be picked up and it will be rotated. It is the mapping area. Whatever order you specify there, similar order, similar mapping thing you should specify. If you keep the quantity there and item list name here, it will appear in a different order. So wherever item name comes, it will be mapped to this ID, item quantity. Let me run. Okay, I haven't used that. So the list view has to be global because I'm accessing the list view outside of it. Item list view set adapter. So let me run this code. Remember it expects 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arguments. The first argument being the context, second argument the data set which should be a array list of hash map. The third one the layout which you are going to inflate on the list view. The fourth one the keys are whatever the keys present in this array list and where you want to map them, the IDs of the particular, for example in this case item box has ID of this text view, the leftmost and rightmost text view, these IDs. So the corresponding values will be mapped to bring the desired output. see how it works. So I'll use I'm buying 12 quantities. You see that this particular apple, this text replaced by this apple and the quantity appears over. So the tab is not working. So the quantity appears over. Like that, you can simply extend your list view. This is a kind of a customized list view, but not fully customized. But I created the design, separate own design, and I used the array list of hash map to display this particular shopping. You'll encounter different scenarios. Sometimes creating array list of hash map may be tedious because it is a separate data set I need to create in runtime. Sometimes you would like to display your own object which is having an array list. That time we will have to create our own adapter which will take any type of data set. JSON array can be XML. From the XML you create some array that also can be made to get and can be displayed. Your customized requirement will arise as your application logic. But at this point I just explained, okay, if you have only simple array, use a simple array adapter which will only display one array, then you easily display. No template, nothing needed, whatever default is there you can use. But if you have a multiple data sets combined into one single data, then put into an array list of hash map will be an array list. It has a capability to combine strings, integers, images, anything, and treat it as a one single data. If at all I want to display an image also I can do it. It is almost slightly extended. But in any point of time, you would want to create your own adapter. Nothing is going to be stored. Of course, you can write your own adapter. But I'll be explaining that when I get into a database. For example, whenever the data is coming from a database will give me a different result set, different data type. I can straight away display them instead of converting them into an hash map or whatever. So that is slightly customized version of your adapter. So whenever the list view comes, adapter is the one which combines the design, the layout, and the data set. So which internally has some sort of way to combine them. Maybe it has a while loop or for loop, looks like, because it is repeating behind, and then add everything. So it's like that. So just repeating inside. But Android has given, it is actually, I don't know, it's a Swing concept. Java Swing, this way of creating UI is there. So maybe they adapted from that design. So adapters can combine data set, multiple, for example, array or arrays. You can use the same similar adapters creating a gallery view, for example, list of images, which is displayed in the boxes, like your phone gallery app. You can create using that. Because adapters can anyway combine the design and data. All you need is a kind of layout created. That layout displays according to your requirement, and it can map the data. So right now we have created a list view. In this example, we have used a simple adapter which combines the array list of hash map with your customized XML file what you just created. This is quite helpful, but we have to do a lot. I'm thinking about when the user click on the item should be fetched and displayed over here so that he can edit the font and then click something. So that gets edited. Or to delete, when the user long press the list view. Long pressing, there is an option for long press in Android, I hope. The user should be given a pop-up stating that you want to delete. I mean, deleting straight away is not a right solution. So we have to prompt something to the user saying that you want to delete. If the user said yes, let the content delete. So we have to introduce dialogues. So long press, how to handle long press, because we know that simple click, on click listener, we know that simply click things are clear. How to handle longer press, there is a different variation. So longer press, how to handle it, and how to display a dialog. Using the dialog, we'll also add the option to delete the particular entry. After all, these data has to be saved. That is going to be discussed on the SQLite. Tomorrow I'll explain that, how to create SQLite and save the entire item. Then we can probably give a add edit delete, because if just let it be add. If I further extend it, we will one point of time we would need to save. So right now we could not save because we don't have time. SQLite at least require a fresh mind. I'm not sure we will do it. So that depends. So I'll leave up to this point. I'll upload the source code. You have to recreate all the views, all the activities. I want the same design, every navigation pattern on bar, like action bar, everything. Second, it may be a disclaimer here. It's not my intention to load a lot of content here. But the problem is, the material you have contains a lot of things. But what you have given just 5 or 6 days, very clear. So eventually I have to push and explain a lot of things. In fact, I am not pretty comfortable. I would explain the ListView alone for 1 2. It would need that much time, because ListView, a lot of designs are there. We have already seen the second design. How to add an image, the question is. So how to create our own adapter, a lot of things to that. So ListView alone will need a time, one particular one working. But unfortunately, we do not have a time. That's the reason we are pushing everything. So today's task, maybe you have, is it 1 hour you have? 30 minutes. Okay, whatever time is there. At least I will need at least 15 minutes to upload all this. So once I upload it, next day we start it. How long it will take? I mean, how many hours it will take to finish after? 4 hours. What is the TV? 4 hours. That's it. Half an hour. Copy pasting would take 10 minutes. What if you start it would take session? Okay. I don't think more than anyway. Let's have to practice this. Whatever time is available now, you start it. Go ahead. The code is going to be there. Tomorrow, the moment once you come start this particular exercise for half an hour or something, then I will start, because morning is a fresh time, which I feel it is quite appropriate to explain a lot of theory. I don't want to leave that. So what I'll do, morning I'll finish the major substantial concept. Afterwards, totally I'll give you complete. Okay? But you have to make sure you complete it. Because this training session is designed in such a way, 4 days only theory, 4 or 5 days, and immediately go for project development, which I am not asking the practical thing how it will be. So I somehow made it in such a way, once the concept explained, you start the hand. At least at one point of time you have something remaining. That the knowledge is nothing but whatever left, apart from what you forgot. What is left is actually knowledge. So I'm trying to make sure, okay, something you remember and right here itself, encounter some situation, then that thing will be there in your mind for long. That's why I'm just trying this way. So I'll upload this code. But at this point, whatever the thing we have learned, we combine 3 different activities: an action bar menu system, how to keep it displayed, or maybe how to hide it, scroll view, of course scroll view we have introduced, and of course the list view, and we have used a relative layer in a layout in time, and finally that hopefully Got the point what I'm trying to say.